How's it going, everybody? Dual666 here. Welcome to my horror movie DVD and Blu-ray collection update for June 2022. Soundtrack for today is going to be my buddies in Psycho Mantis. Got mad love for these guys, play very often with them, and if you haven't, you should definitely go check out their shit. I'll have all their links down below as usual with the soundtrack, and yeah. Before we get into it, you guys know how we like to do this. Keeping it real with the Rolling Rock still. Cheers, everybody. Alright. Still keeping it real here, too. Cheers again, guys. Alright. Let's break into it, guys. First one we have here, it's obviously, you know, like usual, these first films are going to be pretty much all dollar store fare. Alright, first one here has got lots of names in it. We got Tobin Bell, John Savage, Adrienne Barbeau, Mary Mauser, and Alicia Bowe. This is Gates of Darkness. This is an ITN release from 2016, and this is one of these dispossession sort of movies. It's pretty bad. One of the worst I've seen in a while. Definitely either this one or the next one I'm going to show you are the worst in the update. So tread lightly with that. But I checked it out just for, you know, all the names in it, and you know, I had some fun with it. But it's pretty damn bad. So I don't know. I'll give it another try at some other point. Gates of Darkness. This one was also pretty terrible. Probably the worst uncorked release I have seen pretty much yet. Yeah, that's kind of bad. Right. We have Evil Little Things. I think this is supposed to be like a sort of interconnected anthology sort of weird thing, but honestly it's just such a mess. I honestly have no fucking clue what's going on for some of it, and yeah. It is what it is, you know. We take these gambles and we pay $1 and see if it's good or not, and sometimes it's not. There it is, Evil Little Things. Can't say that I recommend that one either, but I've seen worse. Alright, keeping it with the uncorked, we have Don't Speak. This was definitely a step up. If you've seen Derailed from Uncorked Entertainment, it's a very similar monster movie. I think at least in quality, definitely different setting and overall dynamics. But this one was actually pretty good. It's cheesy, sure. It's got some CGI monsters, but I thought that the kills were fun. And you know, if you're just looking for a good time, I thought that this one delivered. You know, for $1. Don't Speak. I thought that one was pretty good. All right, guys. Went on another massive sci-fi kick recently, so we're gonna start with something from the Asylum. For all this sci-fi stuff, we have the Terminators. That was truly a terrible glare. I gotta correct that again somehow. Anyways, this is probably one of the best Asylum films I've ever seen, and it really does just like fall apart at the end like usual. But I thought that the beginning of this film was pretty strong. There's plenty of fun kills. You know, it's hilarious. It's a very, very bad movie, of course. That's what the Asylum does. But yeah, I don't know. There's magic with this one. I thought it was pretty entertaining. So in terms of Asylum, it's quite good, but still a bad film overall. Okay. Heading back to a couple more uncorked releases for the sci-fi here. We have Crossbreed. This is War. What's his name? Yeah, Daniel Baldwin and Vivica Fox. This one was okay. I thought the acting wasn't atrocious all the way through. There's a lot that I didn't like about it, but I thought that the premise was really cool, which is very similar to the original Alien. It's just not done nearly as well, but I thought there was some good kills, and it's certainly not the worst out of the bunch that I've seen, and you just can't go wrong for $1. Like, I thought it was plenty fun, so there it is. Crossbreed was fun. I knew they were going to sneak a commercial in. Nope. Hell out of here. Alright. Next up we have the Dawnseeker from Uncorked as well. This one was pretty fun as well. I thought this one was actually like the best like uncorked release for this update, at least. It's totally a rubber suit monster, but like this film is very similar, like plot-wise, to Predator, and it's like you don't really need a whole lot going for you with that. Like it's, you know, there's fun kills, there's that, like, and then I don't know. I thought that the alien at least looked cool. Like you're not going to see anything all crazy epic like on the cover here or anything, but like I thought it was fun. You know, dollar store sci-fi schlock done correctly, in my opinion. Next up, we have a Phase 4 release, Dark Space. I was hoping for this one to be a little better, especially considering how sick the cover looks, but this one is pretty much, it's like the second worst out of all these sci-fi ones in this batch here. Yeah, there's not a whole lot going for it. Plot kind of meanders around. There's not whole much, like, there's not too much happening overall in the film. Maybe I need to give it another chance, because I did watch like all of these all at once, so maybe my attention sort of fell off a little bit, but I don't know. It's just, I don't remember it being very good. So yeah, Dark Space, there it is. It was okay. It's okay for $1. All right, I don't remember where I found this one. I think this one came from Big Lots probably or something. Anyways, this is actually a pretty sick alien film. It feels very cheesy and, you know, low budget through a lot of it, but I feel like the scenes that matter, like with the abduction scenes and the, you know, probing scenes and whatnot, I thought that those were pretty effective, and the aliens themselves look pretty fucked up. The cheesy little effects that they do over them is kind of stupid, but it is what it is. I thought this was pretty fun, so yeah. Xenophobia, really cool alien film that is more recent. Excuse me, guys. Okay, last one for the sci-fi run here. We have Last Days on Mars, and this is, it starts off like kind of slow burny, you know, pure sci-fi, not necessarily horror, and then it kind of takes like the turn for horror when like a zombie sort of subplot is introduced, and, like, you know, a bunch of the main characters are being turned into zombies and having to scurry away. They're already trying to leave Mars. I thought this was pretty good. You don't usually go wrong with Magnet. So I've had a few that like didn't quite hit for me, but usually you can pretty much assume that if it's by Magnet, it's going to be at least pretty decent. So yeah. Last Days on Mars, I thought was pretty good. Alright, we're going to break into some Blu-rays here, guys. We have Salem Witch Trials with Kirstie Alley from 2010, I believe. It's like a mini-series, sort of docudrama of the Salem Witch Trials, obviously, and yeah, it's just okay. It's pretty slow and not much to it. I thought the acting in it was pretty good, but there's just not a whole lot going on here when there's so many other better adaptations of the story, so it is what it is. I think I got that for $1 as well. Same with this next one, and it's really cool to find so many Shudder releases, especially Blu-rays, at the dollar store. So here we have The Pale Door. A lot of people I've seen talk about this film have pretty much compared it to a poor man's, what is that shit called? From Dusk Till Dawn. And it is kind of like that. It is like witches and vampires sort of like luring people, you know, criminals off the road into their place, and they make it seem like they're safe in there, and they're obviously not. This one pulled it pretty cool. This had some good style. Shudder has been hit and miss for me for sure, but this one certainly wasn't bad. So yeah, yeah, I would say you definitely have to check out The Pale Door. Not a bad flick. Pretty brutal about it. Speaking of brutal, we have Alligator from 1980. Finally got this 4K. It has the Blu-ray as well. It's Scream Factory. Yeah, totally. I'd already had this film on DVD for many, many years. I wanted to upgrade those because of all the extras that my DVD doesn't have. And I dug pretty deep into those. That was a lot of fun. Learned a lot about this film and a lot about the people that made it. And I think there's even some stuff I haven't watched yet, so I'll get back into this eventually. But excellent, excellent Scream Factory release of one of the best giant animal horror movies from the late 70s, early 80s. So, yeah. there it is. Happy to have it. This is one I didn't know existed until a few years ago, and I didn't even know where to find it. And then, of course, Scream Factory picked it up, and here we go. We have Gate 2, sequel to The Gate. Skip this commercial. Goodbye. So yeah, this one was a lot different to the original, which is a charming PG-13 horror film from 1987, I believe. One of my absolute favorites. So when I found out that this had been released, I really was like super interested to pick it up. And then I got it, put it off for a little while, and finally watched them together some time ago. And yeah, you know, I wanted to like it a lot more. I have a feeling that the more I watch it, it'll probably grow on me a bit, but yeah, in my opinion, it can't touch that first film, but you know, I thought it was a decent enough sequel, just maybe not hitting the mark the way I wanted it to. It was very, very different, but there's some reprisals of roles with the cast from the first film, and that's really cool to see, so yeah, definitely worth checking out if you really love the first film. Alright, last Blu-ray, we have another Vinegar Syndrome here. We have Spookies from 1985. This movie got a really bad rap. I see lots of shit being talked about it because the makeup effects and creature effects are really, really cheesy, you know. It's fine. Like, I love that sort of shit. I think that that's a whole lot of fun, and Vinegar Syndrome, they've been putting out a lot of, like, movies like this, like obscure shit that needed to be restored and given new extras, and I haven't dug too much into the extras for this one. It's on a separate disc, but I'm pretty excited too. Like, this is not one that I knew super early in my life, but I had been trying to acquire it now for some time. Finally, you know, Vinegar Syndrome put it out, so I scooped it right up. Couldn't be happier with it. It's a damn fine, super fun, really cheesy 80s film, and yeah, that's what I'm about. So if that's not what you like, steer clear. But I thought it was a lot of fun. Okay, we've got some Tartan Asia Extremes. We have Cinderella. This one was okay. I honestly, like, in terms of extreme, I feel like a lot of these let down in, like, the extreme factor, and they're just a lot more moody and creepy and overall more disturbing rather than, like, extreme. Still, this one was okay. Bit of a slow burn. Not a ton of payoff in my opinion, but I don't think it was bad. I would definitely watch it again. Yeah, it just wasn't exactly for me, but I didn't think it was bad. The next one is a bit more creepy in my opinion and a little more effective. You know, still fairly dry for something purported to be extreme, but we have Acacia from 2003, I believe, and yeah, this one is very, very creepy. I thought that the child actor in it was really, really good too. Yeah, I don't know. It's just, I feel like it's definitely pulling a lot of punches. And you know, instead of going for it and making it really brutal, it's definitely relying a lot more on atmosphere. And yeah, it's just, I don't know. I liked it. It just coming from something that says, you know, extreme. Maybe it's just a teensy bit misleading, but it is good. I like Acacia a lot. Alright, same thing with this one here. We have one more Tartan Asia Extreme. This one is Phone from 2002, I think. It seems to be like a Fear.com Pulse sort of movie. You know, the child actress in this film is actually really, really like tip top too. She's totally psychotic and perfect. It's fantastic, actually, her delivery. But yeah, you know, the plot in this isn't exactly bad. I just feel like it doesn't necessarily go, you know, anywhere like besides just like for the sake of just like jump scares and whispering, you know, creepy whispering on phones and people being possessed by phone calls and stuff. Like, I don't know. It's definitely not as extreme as I think it should be with that label on there, but, you know, it is what it is. Of course they give me a non-skippable ad. Fuck YouTube. Hello again from YouTube. But anyways, we have, yeah, Phone from 2004 it says. So I'm not going to say it was bad. I'm just saying that if you guys are picking up these Tartan Asian Extreme films, maybe don't be too excited for the brutal extreme side, because, yeah, I don't know if you're gonna get it. Alright, next up we have One Step Beyond Doomsday. I wanted to think that this was like a legitimate first volume or first couple seasons, but this is literally just a mishmash of episodes from the TV show One Step Beyond. And, you know, that's really, really cool. This show is really cool. It's like a Twilight Zone, Outer Limits sort of thing. But this dollar DVD from Popflix, and I love Popflix releases. They release a lot of cool classic stuff. I just wish it was more complete, and that, you know, you had episodes from the same seasons together instead of just this crazy mishmash. But yeah, regardless, it was really cool to check the show out finally through this cheap DVD. All right, next up we have what is this one? Films Around the World release of Black Candles from, it says 1980 on the titles, but then this box says 1982, so I'm not sure what to tell you. All I know is it's early 80s, and this movie is basically a porno. There's so much sex in this movie, it's absolutely unreal. Like, it's just the whole point of it. And then, you know, there's some satanic craziness going on too, but really there's just nothing but fucking in this movie, like from the get-go and to the end, man. Like, if that's what you're about, this is just a total sleaze fest for sure. And yeah, you know, not necessarily my cup of tea, but I'm happy to own it. I'll definitely check it out again at some point. Yeah, Black Candles. Got an old school Anchor Bay double feature here. We have The Pit from 1981, and then Hellgate from 1988, I believe. This is a really good double feature. The Pit is much more cheesy, I think, but there's some good kills and, you know, some quirky characters, I think, that are worth, you know, building some love for and whatnot. I don't know. I thought The Pit was charming. And then Hellgate is kind of just fucking crazy nutso. Definitely some really good 80s horror. I don't want to go too far into them. They are their own things. They really have nothing to do with each other, and they're not even similar films at all. But yeah, I just wanted to show that I got this double feature. I definitely plan on acquiring both of them on, you know, singular format eventually too, though. All right, keeping it real with the old school Anchor Bay still, guys. Last one for the update we have here is Happy Hell Night from 1991, an exemplary slasher. You know, my forte is 1980s slashers, but this early 90s slasher really delivers pretty much on all angles. I thought that the kills were really cool. I thought that the killer was really, really cool in the original. The movie has plenty of creepy atmosphere. The acting is atrocious all over the place. And there's a punk band at the party, you know, at the climax of the film. So it's like, what's not to love about it? So I couldn't steer you more straight, you know. This is definitely one of the best 90s slashers of all time, and I'm super happy to acquire this old school Anchor Bay release of it. I don't know if there's something I can upgrade to at some point, but I might do that. But yeah, super, super fun movie. Yeah, can't recommend it enough. Happy Hell Night, guys. And I'm gonna wrap this up. The Psycho Mantis tracks are coming to an end, and yeah, I will hopefully see you guys again real soon with something else. You guys know I like to say that and then leave you hanging for a while, but you know, I'll see you sooner than later. So everybody take care, go watch some horror films, and I will see y'all later. Peace.